Hey everybody, and welcome to a random Candy Critic video. Today it's our Candy Critic taste test. Taste test, it's not candy though, it's cookies, in particular, Oreo cookies. Oreo cookies to me, I mean, they are one of the classic cookies of the world, really. You can get Oreos almost anywhere. I have traveled the world and I have seen tubes of Oreos. Right now, I'm in Southeast Asia. Double stuffed Oreos, no problem. And not only that, they're not imported. They're actually manufactured in Southeast Asia. So you can actually, they manufacture, they don't only sell Oreo cookies everywhere, they actually manufacture them in a lot of places all over the world. So today, my thought comes with not the whole cookie itself, but that white stuff in between. It's a bit of a controversy because some people like extra icing, some people like less icing or like the cookie more. People use, sometimes you can actually buy the cookies on their own just for baking. There's sort of like this whole separation of icing and cookie. And so the other thing that people have sort of done because of this is they've kind of created different flavors of Oreos to sort of appease the people that think maybe the vanilla is just a little bit too bland. Personally, I mean, we'll start off with, I like the vanilla with the chocolate. There's something about the way the cocoa and vanilla work together in an Oreo cookie that just seems to work for me. But we'll put that down for now. But the thing about Oreo cookies is they've made all these like crazy flavors, like they have a carrot cake one, red velvet. I've tried a lemon one. I've tried peanut butter and chocolate ones. I've tried all these different flavored Oreos. But there's one similarity about all these cookies that I think is a little bit wrong when they're selling these cookies. And that is the filling is not the filling. The filling is the flavored icing. So when you get a peanut butter Oreo cookie, you're getting a peanut flavored icing cookie. When you're getting a lemon, you're not getting like lemon curd or anything like that. You're getting a lemon flavored icing cookie. Same with like even the chocolate fillings. It's a chocolate flavored icing. And the thing that sort of blew my mind about that, I was thinking to myself, why would they do that? Why would they sort of just stick with one type of filling? Why just icing? Why not try something different? And so what I decided to do was I made myself my own Oreos. And so basically I simply did is I scooped out the filling, the icing, the vanilla icing, and I decided to try and fill Oreo cookies with sort of standard things. This isn't a gross out competition. This is just to see if Oreos can survive with stuff other than icing. Because it's always icing in an Oreo. I want other stuff other than icing. And these are things that I think might actually work. This isn't, you know, I'm not like putting like ketchup, mustard, relish, hot sauce, or anything like that. These are all things that I think would work. Maybe better than icing, but I think it would work. So let's go through the list. I'm gonna have graphics showing you sort of pictures of all the different things that I've got. But I'm gonna go through, I mean, the ones, I'll go through them in sort of order that I thought of them. The first one that I thought was actually kind of weird, and I think it's not really weird. It's cream cheese. I mean, I know this would require Oreo, because the sugar in the icing is what makes it stable and allows you to sell on the shelf. These would require refrigeration, because if not, the cream cheese would go bad. But I think there's something about the creaminess of the cream cheese that's gonna work with the lack of sugar. There's this unsweetened cream cheese, plain white cream cheese in an Oreo cookie. Let's try it out. Oh my God. Imagine Oreo, but like smoother. And the balance, like the cookie flavor just shines even more. That is it, if you like the vanilla flavor of the icing, you lose that a little bit here. Instead you get this super creamy chocolate thing, it's really good. I can see the fault though in trying to sell these as an item. I made these maybe 10 minutes ago, and already the cookie is kind of dissolving a little bit in the middle. So I'm wondering if maybe the sugar and stuff helps separate it from the cookie. I think that if you had these, you'd have to keep them refrigerated, and the cookie would probably get soft and gross. So you wouldn't necessarily, I don't know. If the magic people at Oreo can figure out a way to sell an Oreo cookie with cream cheese, just cream cheese, not a cream cheese icing, just plain cream cheese inside a cookie, I think you have a $1 billion idea there. I'm giving it away for free, but you've got to keep that cookie crunchy. There's got to be a way to do that. So Saving this one for last. Actually, this one we will do. The next common thing that I thought of, and this is another basic one, and actually Oreos touched on this before, because this is peanut butter. Now I've had peanut butter flavored Oreos, and as I told you before, it's really just peanut flavored icing. And they were good, they were fine, but I think peanut butter on its own, I think that works. I think that's something that might work. It's a bit of a different flavor, and it's a different flavor than icing, different texture, and also, again, you're not dealing with the super sugariness of the icing that might balance a little bit better with the cookie, much like what happened with the amazing cream cheese Oreo filling. So, straight up peanut butter. By the way, it's smooth. Again, taste-wise, it's there. Although the peanut butter kind of starts to take over at the end, and you end up with just this. Also, it squishes like crazy. The minute I bit into it, most of the peanut butter ended up outside of the cookie. So these are challenges that the people at Oreo can deal with. But I mean, if you like peanut butter a lot, if that's your main thing here, you're getting mostly a peanut butter flavor here. You get a bit of the chocolate when you first bite into it, but once you start crunching the cookie, the peanut butter just sort of takes over, and the texture, you get that sort of. I'm going to actually grab some water. You get that peanut butter texture. It's good. I don't think it's a failure, but I can see why maybe they didn't just go for it. Next, I mean, we tried peanut butter. How about jam? I went with an Apricot Preserve. I think this is going to have the same problem as the peanut butter in that it's going to squish like crazy. Flavor-wise, it's going to be interesting. I mean, you can try any flavor jam you want. Again, I went with apricot because that's just what I happen to have in my fridge. So let's try an Apricot Preserve filled Oreo cookie. Yep. Oh my God, the flavors are fantastic. Fruit and chocolate work together. The flavor is surprisingly much better than I thought. The mess is why I'm holding this cookie in a funny way. It is exactly what I expected. It's squirted out all over. Again, if Oreo can figure out a way to somehow contain this, I think you've got $1 billion idea. But fruit, I think Oreo should start to look at stronger fruit flavors, not just these like sort of really sweet icing fruit flavors, but actual real fruit flavors. Maybe you could make mini Oreos and package them in a way that you could just pop the whole thing in your mouth and you wouldn't have to worry about biting it in half. So for my next cookie, I went with the sort of logical next step, peanut butter and jam. So I took the Apricot Preserves and I got the peanut butter. I put them together in a cookie. So, I mean, this is the logical step. This is where you would go with that, right? If you can make peanut butter work and you can make jam work, why wouldn't you make a peanut butter and jam Oreo cookie? So. That's actually really good. The jam flavor sort of balances out the peanut butter a little bit. So you end up with this fruity, chocolatey, peanut buttery flavor. Again, it's pretty messy. And this is what I'm challenging food creators out there in the world, particularly those at Oreo. If you can make this less messy, why wouldn't you do this? Why wouldn't you fill your Oreos with something other than icing? So my next one, this is the weird one. This is the one I don't think is going to work. It's butter. Butter works on so many things. It's such a spreadable thing, and that's sort of this is sort of a shot in the dark. This is probably the closest I'm going to get to a gross out thing in this experiment that I'm trying. I don't think this is going to work, but I thought I'd give it a try because I like butter. So, butter in an Oreo. Actually, it's pretty good. The saltiness of the butter really kind of balances out with the sweetness of the cookie. I mean, you're eating butter. If you're okay with eating butter, then you're okay. If you find the idea of just eating butter kind of gross, you're not going to like this. Again, the same problem we had with the icing, that just kind of squirted out all over. But not so horrible. This is surprisingly good. So to sort of go through what we've gone through so far, Oreo cookie with cream cheese, amazing. Peanut butter, fine. Peanut butter and jam, fine. Jam is fine. Butter's weird, but kind of worked. I don't even remember what else I tried. I mean, so far everything's kind of worked. Some better than others. I really liked the cream cheese one. In fact, that might be a way I do Oreos from here on out. I could see that, deliver my friends a plate of Oreos and say, but there's a surprise filling inside, and see what they say. But this all leads down to the one that I think, this might have been the inspiration along with the cream cheese. Like, when I thought of filling Oreo cookies with something other than icing, the two things that came to mind were cream cheese and Nutella. Now, the one thing about this Nutella one is making it was a mess. Compared to the rest, I could kind of scoop them in and have them sit in the cookie fairly easily. But the Nutella just got sticky and squishy immediately, which was both horrible and wonderful because I lick my fingers every once in a while and got a bite of Nutella. One is also going to argue, if you want to argue these sort of things on the internet, Nutella is sort of like icing. It's overly sweet anyway. So I'm not going to argue that. You could probably make a Nutella icing that's pretty close to normal Nutella because it's full of sugar anyway. But again, this was sort of the inspiration of what else could you put in an Oreo, and I thought Nutella, I had to give it a try. I also figured this was going to be the best one, so I'm going to try it. I'm looking at this and I know that I'm going to squish into it. It's going to squish everywhere and get messy. But I've been biting all the other ones. I'm not going to just pop this whole thing in my mouth. I'm going to bite into it and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure this is going to get really messy. So here's an Oreo cookie with Nutella. Oh geez, the cookie broke too. It did squish a little bit, but not as much as I like. The peanut butter and the butter squished a lot more. I mean, I'm eating Nutella. This is fantastic, and the hazelnut flavor really works well with the chocolate cookie. So I mean, this is a success for sure. But I mean, it's messy. Again, if somehow Oreo could figure out a way to do this, I think you're making amazing inventions, but you just have to find out a way. Or you know what? Accept the fact that maybe an Oreo can be a messy thing when you put other fillings other than icing in it. And sometimes we eat things that are messy, and we can live with that. We have plates, we have napkins, we can wash our hands, or in this case, lick the Nutella off our fingers. This is something, we're adults, we can do this. And if you're a kid, making a mess is fun. Well, I'm going to call that like a snacking success. There was not one filling in there that didn't work for me at all. Even the butter, which I thought probably wouldn't work, it didn't taste too bad. The balance with the cookie, the sweet cookie and the salty butter really gave you a nice, sweet and savory mix. The peanut butter was actually the biggest failure in my book, strange enough. I'm not a huge peanut butter fan. Like, I like peanut butter. I eat peanut butter and jam, but I tend to like jam. I like the combination of peanut butter and jam. It's very rare that you'll ever see me just eat peanut butter. I like peanut butter with things, but not just on its own for the most part. So it's not surprising. It really takes over the flavor of the chocolate cookie. The peanut butter and jam, actually the jam really cut it nicely. And then it helped, you got the chocolate cookie at the beginning, the peanut butter came in, but then the jam kind of cut the peanut butter back a little bit and gave you a fruity flavor as well. So to me, that was a huge success. All of them were a success. And I implore you, if you want to have some fun with your friends, fill your Oreo cookies with other things, and don't just think gross things. Like, try and make good fillings for Oreo cookies, stuff that you think will actually work. Let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas of other stuff that you can put inside Oreos, and let me know if you tried it or not. But as always, thanks for watching another video where I did a random video of a weird taste test with Oreo cookies. As always, you can follow us on Twitter @CandyCritic, or go to candycritic.org and find links to all of our other social media, including Instagram and Facebook and Tumblr. You can also go to patreon.com/candycritic, and there, if you sign up, you get a video every Friday. You get all kinds of bonus content. You get these videos ahead of time. You also get, we're doing some projects now, and we're going to be sending out some of the projects to some of the tiers. Like, basically, they're going to be items new art items that I'm going to be working on for Candy Critic, and our patrons are just going to get them for free. So they will be available for sale later on, but our patrons are going to get them for free, and all kinds of stuff. When we do new t-shirts, you get previews, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So make sure to check out our Patreon page, and for as little as $1, you can help support us and get a bunch of cool stuff. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.